Welcome to the Big Cat Sanctuary, where conservation meets adventure. Have you ever wondered what it's like to spend a night surrounded by these majestic creatures? Let us take you on the journey.
It's easier, but if you're not feeding...
After watching the BBC Two documentary series following the daily life at the sanctuary, Big Cats About the House, we knew we had to visit for ourselves. This is an immersive experience like no other, with everything from luxury lodges, cocktails, three-course meals, and of course, getting up close and personal with these amazing animals. We were in for the night of our lives. First on the agenda was afternoon tea in the Lazy Lion restaurant, featuring recipes created exclusively by Paul Hollywood. Fancy! The conservatory does overlook the lion enclosure, and he will often pay a visit, but sadly, on this occasion, he was feeling a bit unwell.
But other than that, enjoy, and I will see you all a bit later on. Thank you.
So my name's Mikey. I'll be taking half of you guys out on your experience this afternoon. My colleague Simon will be joining us in a short while, and he of course will take the other half of the group.
So we've just been given our lanterns in case it gets dark later on, and we're about to do our VIP tour to see all the cats on site.
On the tour we got to meet some amazing cats, including this lion Amara.
So yeah, Imara is a beautiful lioness. She weighs about 135 kilos. Now what you see here is an example of enrichment. So we give all of our cats different forms of enrichment on their feed days and some of our cats on non-feed days, depending on how active they are mentally and physically. So a lion, for example, is quite a lazy species. I don't know if you know this, but lions sleep about 15 to 20 hours a day. But what we do when we do feed our cats, as you can see here, is sometimes putting bits of food in things like cardboard boxes like you see here, but also sensory enrichment as well. So I'm sure if you've got cats at home, you might have tried catnip with them. Well, we can use that as well, and we can go even further. We use things like herbs and spices, like rosemary, cinnamon, cumin. We can even use essential oils that you can get and dilute them down and turn them into like a little spray. And talking about sprays, we can even use things like perfumes and aftershaves and things like that as well, and just spray it in multiple places in the enclosure to encourage that natural behaviour of scent marking. And
Petra the lynx.
So Petra is a Eurasian lynx with wolves in Scotland, and the hope to bring this lynx species back over here would hopefully help control the deer population and lower those numbers, but actually strengthen that population at the same time. So I'm sure you've probably heard of the term survival of the fittest or natural selection, things like that. Essentially that's the role the predator plays towards the prey species. So
A pair of servals called Jua and Samia. A 16-year-old Sumatran tiger called Kirana. A snow leopard called Yarko. As well as so many others. To end the tour, we had a very special treat awaiting us.
Cats. Now this is the lovely thing in the light. bit easier to see now. And this is so yeah, we'll do it that way, and pretty much even when I fed her there, we won't get her. She's going to take every piece that she's offered, and she'll still want more by the end. I'll take those for you.
Before we knew it, it was already time to head back to the Lazy Lion restaurant for dinner.
I don't think I could really ask for a better start to our night than canapes and cocktails.
As you can see, the theming is absolutely spot on, down to every last detail.
So we got the creamy mushrooms on toast with, I think this is blue cheese. Is this blue cheese good?
I don't know. We ordered it ages ago.
Some kind of cheese in it. It's like.
That's alright. And the gnocchi?
Yes, thank you.
Vegetables. Can I get you anything else?
No, thank you.
Thank you.
So I got the gnocchi, and it's got like tomatoes and beans and vegetarian sausage through. And then the other main that we got was the it's like a vegetable tart. Seems to have like turnip on the top and then some caramelized onion.
For dessert, we had a chocolate tart and a millefeuille.
Enjoying that one?
It's definitely a lot colder outside.
What a feast for dinner though. We were absolutely stuffed full.
Oh, I could not eat anymore.
Everything was delicious, and then at the end the chef himself came out to chat at every table, make sure everyone enjoyed it, ask them about their day and things. So that was a lovely touch as well. So as promised, we'll give you the little tour. They've all been nicely decorated for Christmas with a little wreath on the door. We'll head inside. So there's 8 lodges here on site. Each one is named and themed after a different big cat that they have here at the sanctuary. So we've got the Leopard Lodge. We've got the big couch just behind us there with all the cushions on them. So they're all nice and soft, really well themed. If we come behind us here, we've got our kitchen dining room area here. So we've got this little table that we've been having some drinks at there. Big TV on the wall. We've got coffee machine here and some pods. Glenn's already had an espresso, I think. We've also got our kettle, teas and coffees in here, and plenty of biscuits. Don't think we'll be needing them after dinner though, will we, Glenn?
No, definitely not.
There is a bottle of wine there, but you do pay for that. The mini bar underneath is a combination. Some things are complimentary, others are paid for. So next we'll head through to the bathroom. We've got a super big bathroom in here. So we've got a really big shower in there. We've got mobile toiletries. Got a heated towel rail as well. Oh, really hot. And our sink at the back here with a nice big mirror on the wall. We've also got our robes, which we're happy about. And just one more room to show you. So the last room to show you is the lovely bedroom through here. So it's super nicely themed in here. Just look at this amazing lamp we've got and all the nice artwork on the walls. Obviously we've got this lovely beds, and tucked inside our towels here we've got our slippers as well to match our robes. We do have this little guy on the bed, but sadly he's not ours to keep. We've got a nice big wardrobe here. We've also got a very big dressing table here, and I think that's about it. So we'll probably just go and have a cup of tea and get to bed soon. We're quite exhausted after today, aren't we, Glenn?
Yep, and it's an early start tomorrow. Morning. Super excited for today. Abbie's finishing getting ready. I made myself a wee espresso. I'm gonna head to breakfast in a second, then wait to go on another tour. Can't wait for today. It's gonna be super fun. We made our way back to the restaurant for one final time to enjoy a delicious continental buffet, followed by a full English breakfast. Safe to say, we were well fueled for the day ahead. Day 2 was a combination of a guided tour and also some free time. First, we were shown around the second half of the site that we didn't get to see yesterday, which included getting to meet the lovely Kumal, who is one of the jaguars on site.
So Kamal is this gentleman right in front of us here. He has got a lovely lady that... So other ways to tell a jaguar and a leopard apart is if you look at their markings. So both have rosettes. However, if you look at Kamal's side there, some of his rosettes have little spots inside them. That is only seen on jaguars, so you don't see those markings like that on the leopard. I mean, it's all well and known, it won't help you being chased by one, but it's nice to have a few ways to distinguish the two species apart. And jaguars are only found in South America, whereas leopards, African leopards, and there are various subspecies of Asian leopards.
We also got to meet Yazi, one of the pumas. Many of the animals on site were originally part of the circus, but she was actually born into the exotic pet trade. The owner later realised he couldn't care for her anymore, and she was passed on to the sanctuary.
So, very unusual species, and by that I mean they aren't typically found in the jungle, so despite the name, you more commonly find them in grasslands and swamps. But yeah, they're typically found, especially here, chilling on a very warm patch, or in his enclosure with the sun beaming on him. Like your cats at home, anywhere you can sunbathe, you will, whether it's in the way or not.
And finally, the moment we have most been excited for, we had the chance to hand feed the big cat of our choice. Abbie chose to feed Willow the cheetah after falling in love with her in the final episode of the documentary.
I mean, when she first arrived here, she was not purring, she was very much hissing and spitting at us. But over time she got comfortable around people. She had a bit of a tough time though when she was younger. She had unfortunately fractured one of her front paws, and it led to her having to be separated. But of course you can imagine all that unpleasant experience she had. She kind of associated with people, but over time she worked out actually people aren't too bad, and she got more comfortable around us, and now we don't stop hearing her purr whenever a group of people are around her. Not professionals as well, so they'll just grab the food, but every now and then they do mess up, just like we can, and they might not grab onto it properly, and they lose grip a bit of the balls, and if it does, please, the closer you are in a weird way, it's actually safer, so have your hand out flat for me. Now what she will do is she will bring her paw up. When she does, we wait for her to bring it back down, and then we feed her, okay? So tuck that thumb in for me, stand sideways just like I am for me, up at the fence, come a bit closer to the fence, keep the food lower, and then when you're ready, pass it through. Yep. And then watch how fast she eats it, because it's with teeth. So there you go, she's going for it now. 1, 2, and it's gone. So she doesn't chew, she eats more like a duck than she does a cheetah. So if you want to carefully take that glove off, very carefully she steps to the side, and if you want to fold that glove in, that was everyone for a cheetah, wasn't it? It's easier, but if you're not feeding, if you don't mind.
And I chose to feed this lovely lioness for my feed, Sahee.
Okay, so, which one of you wants to go first?
Going first?
Sure. Okay, so I'm going to pop that glove on. A little more distance from that for a second. Grab So she is gentle. I know there's a lot of noise, but she will go up on her back feet and sort of meet you about your head height if you want her up there. You can feed her down like this and tell you whatever you are comfortable with. That is no problem. So if you have your hand out flat for me, tuck your thumb down. Comfortable? Yep. Cool. So if you join me sideways to the fence like I am, so come a little bit closer. Talk, bring her whatever height you're comfortable, and then when you're ready, pass it through.
That's weird.
And then if you don't mind tucking that glove inside of itself, but hang on to it for a moment. Initially they were quite snatchy, but then when they saw their mum, for example, taking the food slowly and carefully, they're like, hang on a minute, she gets up it so much faster than I do. And they essentially did the same. And then that's it. And then carefully take a step away and hold that glove inside. So you can see again, very gentle, she's got no need to snatch. It's all the grumbling, it's just the excitement of it more than anything. Oh, do you want me to take your gloves? Oh, you don't. Okay.
There were a few other options for the hand feed, including a black jaguar or a white tiger.
Perfect, yeah, that's good. So stand sideways, so say slightly, so come nice and close to the fence, and then when you're ready, pass it through. So guide yourself with those paws. But he's a weird one, he eats his food up there. So he's taking a bit more time, chomping, chewing his food. He was taught that. Stand sideways to the fence like I am.
Hello everyone. Good boy.
Carefully step back. And you really see those claws coming through there. Your feet are safe outside the enclosure. So always be wary of. But the feeding these cats like this, it also allows us to really health check them. So we can already confirm that he's happy to put all his weight on both his back legs. So. Turn back like that, plug it, and then go for it. Oh! And there we go. Hello, guys. So if you want to fold those.
Yes. Because is that it?
Yeah. One. I heard the cheetah had 3. News travels fast.
Oh, well, that was done with
So you
love.
can see his damaged teeth over the years. He plays a bit too rough with his toys. He's fine. He's just chipped them over time. It does mean that we've had the dentist working on his teeth.
To end the stay, we had around 1 hour of free time to explore. During this time, we did manage to find one big cat we hadn't yet seen. So there's the lion that was supposed to be there for breakfast.
I don't think he wanted to come out, did he? Can you blame him? He looks very cosy.
It was very cosy. And apparently he feels a little ill, so I don't blame him.
So that's us just back in the car now. We've just finished up our experience here and we're about to leave the sanctuary. But honestly, one of the most unbelievable things we've ever done, isn't it, Greg?
Yeah, it was so
Just
good, so
amazing.
worth it.
It's such a unique experience. This is a site that's not just open in the same way as your safari park would be to the public. It's only open for these private experiences. So I would 1,000,000% recommend coming and doing an experience for yourself. They have a whole range from just wandering around yourself to lunch to the overnight experience that we did. So if you have a look on their website, Big Cat Sanctuary, I'm sure you'll be able to find something which suits what you're looking for. But would recommend it to absolutely anyone. Wouldn't be going. Just so much fun.
So good, yeah.
Such a unique experience. Obviously, it was a wee bit of a shame that the lion wasn't feeling well still this morning, and he wasn't able to come out during breakfast. But luckily, he is feeling better now, and typical luck, he's back out just as we're leaving.
You'll probably get to see him if you do go, but yeah, it was so worth it. Not even bothered that the lion wasn't out there, because just getting to see all the animals. The tours were really good. We had the same tour guide for both the morning and the evening tours, Simon, and he was so good. Really informative. You could ask him tons of questions. Yeah, and they just showed you all the animals. It was just, it was awesome. So, how much did all of this cost? The total price of everything shown was £840 per lodge. This includes entry, food, drinks, accommodation, and all of the tours plus hand feeds. Like we said, expensive, but definitely worth it, especially as all the funds go towards caring for these amazing cats. Thanks for watching!